So today we're talking about the American chestnut, Castenea dentata. It's part of the Fagaceae family. Typically they're tall, up to 100 feet. Unfortunately, due to the blight, you only find them less than 20 feet tall. They don't really reach maturity. We're lucky here where we have at least one relatively mature chestnut tree. I'll try to get to one that you can find that's not reached maturity at all. Actually, it's a sprout. So they typically get up to 100 feet, but mostly you'll find them around 20 feet. They're found throughout the east and Appalachian regions, typically in well-drained acidic soils with sandy or loamy textures. They don't do well in wet or clay soils. They have an ideal pH balance of anywhere between 4.5 to 6.5. You want that magic range of 5.5. Leaf arrangements are alternate. It's a simple leaf. They are deciduous. They grow between 5 to 8 inches long. They are typically oblong to lanceolate. They're pinnately veined, as you can see. Sharply or coarsely serrated. You see that serration? And they typically have a bristle tip, which I believe you can see. It's always dark green on the top, paler on the bottom, and typically always hairless. Buds are orange to brown, 1/4 inches long, covered in 2 to 3 scales. They somewhat resemble a kernel of wheat. Buds are typically set slightly off center from the semicircular leaf scar. Bark characteristics are smooth and chestnut brown when young. Later, they are shallowly fissured into flat ridges, which you can see here, which is kind of nice. Into flat ridges, and then they develop this distinctive large interlacing ridges and furrows, which you can kind of see where it's kind of interlaced. The flowers you'll see are these like catkins. Let's see if you can see that really well. There it is. Yeah, you get these catkins, and typically in the springtime, they'll fall through, and then they'll get their fruits, which are these little spiny husks that you'll see. They typically get real brown in color, but they can grow anywhere between 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter. They enclose over a shiny seed. Well, I don't know if seed is the right word. Fruit. If you ever listen to that Christmas song, Chestnuts Over an Open Fire, that's what they're referring to. Wildlife, especially like deer, love these seeds. They just tear them up when they can find them. Right now it's not too bad. It's pretty green, so I can kind of grab it for the most part. When they get dry and they turn brown in color, it's kind of hard to grab. They get real spiny, kind of hurt. The chestnuts found mostly in stump sprouts, unfortunately, over time. In the 1910s to 1920s, was brought in over through New York, and it's made its way throughout our region where it's just kind of killed our tree off. We'll try to walk around, if my cameraman could do that. Fortunately, you'll see this orange-like color in a lot of the bark where it grows around where it girdles the tree and kills it off. This is typically before it even reaches maturity. This one just somehow made it well past that for whatever reason. Usually the tops has plenty of foliage. It grows pretty wide, but as you can see here, it's under some pretty deep stress, and now it's starting to kind of like sucker out across the whole bark. And we'll try to find some sprouts to show you here in a second.